Yo, people, were you telling me back again for another red talk? Flawless, what's good, my bro?
Yo, I'm blessed, fam. What you saying? You good and everything, yeah?
Good, bro. Just chilling, bro. Nothing
Yeah.
but vibes, blood. We got the 3 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we just get to sit around and watch the world crumble, blood. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah,
Like
no.
this is just what it is, bro. All the noises coming out of the club have been pretty positive. Do you know what I'm saying?
You
So
said
it's
that
one of
shit like
them
a
ones.
super villain, fam. You know what I'm saying? Sit around and watch the world crumble. You know what I'm
That's it,
saying?
bro. You know what I'm saying? We've been linked with some decent players.
Yeah,
They're saying
yeah.
Lenny Euro might be fit for Brentford as well. You know what I mean?
That's
And
good.
obviously Harry Maguire's back as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Options.
that's it. Do you know what I mean? The squad starts to look a bit more healthy going into the next game, and obviously another 3 points would be great. Do you know what I mean? Against Brentford on Monday. So, bro, I can't lie, it's looking good, bro. You know what I mean? Everything's looking good. What are you telling me?
Yeah, man. Who would have thought, man? Like sacking a bad manager and getting a competent manager would improve your team. Who would have thought? Despite the
Mhm.
deficiencies in our team, despite what we'll discuss, I've seen a couple of the comments about the midfield links that you can get more out of your team. And I think Champions League now is 2 wins away. So, and that was the
Mhm.
MO. Like, I think third and is just a bonus. Like, that is, no one expected Carrick to join and get 7 out of 9 or however many it was. And we kind of fell off a little bit in regards to results and performances, but important win at Chelsea. Very, very, hadn't won there in years. Wasn't the best performance, but what I liked about it the most, granted I only seen the second half, was the defensive resilience was back, because that had kind of disappeared, and that's one of the things that's impressed me the most about Carrick, is the way that he's made us defensively more solid. And against Bournemouth, I thought we was bad, and that was our worst performance at the time defensively. And then against Leeds, it was the worst it's been. So to get that back against Chelsea, granted, we know Chelsea's attacks limited, but still, it was good to have that back. And now it's time to kick on, and I'm looking for not only continue to get good results, but good performances as well. We got Brentford coming up, and then the big game against Liverpool, which is always a big game, regardless of where we're at in the table, how well we're doing, how well they're doing, or how bad we're doing, or how bad they're doing as well. But it was Champions League, he's met it. So now I think Carrick is just making his case for the job. That's what I would say.
No, facts. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is it, guys. Remember I was saying to you lot, bro, it's like we haven't played a game under Carrick and not scored. This is why I go into every game relax, bro, because I know we're scoring. You know the ones, and also defensively we're decent as well. So
Yeah.
when you
And we're
see
decent
these,
with our first two choice centre backs missing, which people just overlook.
well, there
Like
you go.
Martinez and De Ligt are just out, and people just overlook that our two first choice centre backs are missing.
That's it. And at one point we were conceding as many as we were scoring, bro. Do you know what I mean? We've only lost 2 games, and that's what I'm saying. So like the blip for us was
It's like one and
was
three.
drawing a couple games, and then
Yeah.
obviously we got the loss. But bro, 2 losses, bro. 2 losses in 12.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's solid. That's solid work right there. Do you know what I mean? 67% win percentage, bro. Our win percentage is calm, fam. You know what I mean? So when you're actually looking at the overall picture is actually good, bro. You know what I mean? It's just that with United, every time something happens with us, people blurt out fucking proportion. Every single time. Everything gets catastrophized, everything gets magnified, bro.
Yeah, it's magnified and overanalyzed. And I understand that from rivals. I say this all the time. Rivals are supposed to do that. I do that with rivals. 100%. You're going to go overboard. You're going to go over the top and make it a bigger deal than what it is. What I don't understand is Manchester United fans falling for that. Like, not every loss or every draw or every performance needs to be overanalyzed. Sometimes there is a space for it. Sometimes we'll lose a game and I'm like, all right, it's just more than a poor performance and or a poor result. There's details into this, but not every time you are going to drop points. And people will tell you, I continue to say this, people will tell you that the squad is short. People will criticize Carrick, some of it rightfully so, some of it over the top. But when then you ask them how many starters we need, they'll tell you 5, 6, 7. So you're telling me we need half a new team or over half a new team, but want Carrick to be absolutely exceptional going for, like, no, it doesn't work like that. You can't sit there and tell me, oh, we need 6 players. 6 starters, by the way, not just 6 squad players, 6 starters. That's over half your outfield. Oh, well, we need a centre back, we need a fullback, we need a left winger, and we need a whole new midfield. Like, so you expect him to just be absolutely exceptional all the way. Like I said, criticism is fair and justified when performances ain't good or results ain't good. I hear that, but like I said, he's done better than expected to the point where it's like,
Way
all right,
better. Like, look at this.
Yep.
The fact that we beat City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Villa, and Spurs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Huh?
that
You do good.
What do you want? Like,
Yeah.
really? Do you know what
He
I'm
set the
saying?
bar very high at the start. That's what it was. Because not only was the results very, very good against Arsenal and City in particular, the performances were also good. So people thought, oh yeah, that's going to be the norm. And yes, results dipped off, performances dipped off. Now I'm looking for performances to go back up, not necessarily to Arsenal City levels, but I'm looking for better performances. Yes, I'm looking for Carrick to be more proactive, but that doesn't. But I would expect that from any manager, even if it was a top tier. Sir Alex Ferguson could be in the dugout, and I'd be saying the same thing. Like what I'm looking for, because you're looking for sustainability in terms of performances. Yes, you want the odd ugly win here and there. So that's why away from home, bear in mind, that's only our second clean sheet away from home, people. And the first one was Everton. So it tells you our struggles on the road, and credit to him for that. But now against Brentford and Liverpool, home games, I'm looking for not only good results, I'm looking for better performances as well. So we'll see how he gets on in those two games.
No, facts. And yeah, this is the thing. Carrick substitutions, yeah, cool. He needs to be more proactive with the substitutions to a certain degree. I agree with that. But also, let's see, innit? Like once we bolster this squad, if that changes, innit? Do you know what I mean? Because my only caveat to that would be in certain instances where maybe the players that he's got available, fucking with them, especially like the midfield. Like, do you know what I mean? The reason why Bruno plays 90 minutes every game is because you're gonna take him off for Mason Mount. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, man, if you buy him 3 midfielders, in the summer, then there's more changes there. And then even when you look in our attack as well, we don't have any out and out wingers. Obviously Dorgu's not available, so you're bringing on either Xerxes or Ahmad in it. And Xerxes is a very specific profile that in certain instances he might not feel like he needs to use. And with Ahmad isn't a like for Brian, but he's a different type of attacker. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't have a lot of variation, and defensively as well. He don't like changing his defenders, and I don't blame him. So it's one of them things where once we have more players in the squad, I would like to think just giving him the benefit of the doubt, once we've got more variety, he'll be a bit more fucking forthcoming with the substitutions, because it's worrying that he's waiting on average until like the 68th minute to make a change, bro. Like on average, sometimes it's later.
Yeah. And even with that, with the bench and the lack of options, I hear that. So I've been saying this, if it's not personnel change, switch it tactically. Do something different tactically. Just because and I need him to be more proactive when the opposition is in the ascendancy. Switch it tactically. Like that's, but again, I understand that he's learning. So I also take that into consideration, that he's not an elite gaffer. He's not. So be more proactive with that. Granted, what you're saying makes sense. With better options, does he switch it up quicker? Maybe. It's like people expect Carrick to make no mistakes. As I'm watching games and I'm saying the momentum's with the other team, do something, Carrick. Like I said, whether that's from a personnel perspective, whether it's tactically or both, and that's something he does need to incorporate. But more often than not, he has got it right. But again, I'm looking at not only Brentford and Liverpool, but the rest of the remaining games as well to see. Like, let's see how he does in these games, because that's how just fickle football is. Because if we play exceptional against Brentford and he gets his subs right, and then we do the same against Liverpool, all of this conversation goes away. But then if we're poor in those two games, these conversations are heightened, like it's such a 90-minute basis rather than overall. But like I said, I'm looking for a better performance against Brentford. Of course, the result is non-negotiable, the results. But yeah, you're looking for it. But Carrick, again, he's not, I don't know what people expect. Like, managers are going to make mistakes. Better managers than Carrick have made mistakes. Whoever your GOATs are, your Mount Rushmore, they've made errors in big games. Whoever they are, whether they manage him right now or previously. So, and yes, I do take into consideration the squad. So now I hear it, but I'm looking for him to be more proactive. Absolutely.
No, he has to be, bruv, as far as I'm concerned, because that's the main thing that's missing. That's the question that he hasn't answered for me. You know what I mean? All the other questions, I'd say he's answered them to a certain degree with me. Do you know what I mean? But that ideally is a question that I would like answered before the end of the season. But bro, like, it's going to be very difficult because there's only 5 games left. This is the thing. So when people are doing the stick or twist thing with Michael Carrick, it's like, based on what I've seen, I've seen enough that I think he deserves the opportunity to be the manager next season. However, I don't want to be seeing him take so long to make changes moving forward, bro, because it's just not a good look, bro. You know what I mean? It's not a good look at all because the main issue with it is we don't know why he's taking so long.
Yeah, we don't know
You
if
get
it's
what I'm
him
saying?
waiting for the players to figure out. We don't know if it's him saying they're going to wrestle back momentum. We don't know if it's because of the lack of squad. And to me, he's still on probation period. I'm still assessing it. It's looking good, yes, because he's done, like I said, much more good than bad. There's much more pros than cons, but I want to see these games now. Like I said, the remaining games is where I'm at, and I'll probably make my decision at the end of the end of the season, depending on where we're at. Like I said, results wise, performance wise, substitutions, etc. If there is, how do you handle injuries, for example? Like, because he dealt with that at Chelsea, because that was a question mark. Who's going to play? We knew it was going to be Aiden Heaven, but it was going to be Heaven and who? Was it going to be Heaven and Maz? Was it going to be Heaven and Shaw? Was he going to put Casemiro back there and put Agate into the midfield? All of these was questions, and he answered them. And he got it right.
Bro, playing Mazraoui centre back. Yeah, he got it right.
You got it right. So, because if you would have got it wrong, I'd be critical.
Because if you'd have played Luke Shaw centre back and played Aiden Heaven and played two left footers, I'd have had an issue with that. So, Maz centre back ended up being a masterstroke, even though like it was common sense to me. I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, Luke Shaw's going to play centre back and Maz is going to play left back." Do you know what I mean? And I was just like,
conversations, like because I'm a big fan of Maz. And that's why Maz playing at centre back ain't an issue. But I thought it was either going to be Shaw or Casemiro. That's automatically what came to my mind. It was going to be one of those two. And then, like you said, maybe Maz left back and then Dalot right back, or Dalot left back and Maz right back. But again, you can only judge if this is it's a job and it's probation period. Are you doing well so far? Yes, you've exceeded expectations. So I can't criticize, because if he was well below expectations and we was languishing in ninth, I'd be here being critical and saying, don't give him the job. Look what he's done. So I can only do it on the flip side and say, hey, you've done well. I think we're going to finish third. But again, I'm still you're always looking for improvements. This is you fighting for the Manchester United job. So to me, Carrick needs to do everything in his power to make it certified that he gets this job. So he's not overlooked. You do everything. You do everything. It's like taking the English test, and it's like, you extend the story to make sure you get that A. You know what I'm saying? To up the grade, to make sure you showcase all your skills on there. So that's where I'm at with it. But he's done again well. But for me, end of the season, that's where I'm assessing it like. But as we go on in the end of the season, I go, all right, cool. I think you've done well enough, but not well enough to get the job. But I think, hey, you know what? You should get the job. But so far, it's good. But like I said, these things can change. Now let's have 3 bad games. There's a whole different conversation.
I hear it. Completely hear it, man. So I don't know. We're gonna see people, and like was mentioned in the chat as well, and I completely agree with Carrick. Yeah, one thing he has shown, over his time at Man United is that he's not too stubborn, to own up to when he needs to improve something or when he's made a mistake and change it, bro. So even though this is the current situation, that doesn't mean that he's not willing to change that, bro. That's the one thing I would say, because because I remember he mentioned it before in one of the games. He said after the game that, maybe he said that he knows he's been getting criticism for making the change late, and he probably should have made the change earlier.
Which is good. I mean? I like that.
Which is always good, bro. Do you know what I mean? So if he's open to feedback as well, it's always a positive thing. Whereas Ruben Amorim's thing was,
it's not his fault.
Yeah, it's just my way or the highway, and he was always blaming someone else, innit? I think we're gonna be all right still, man. I think we're gonna be all right with Carrick, and the names that we've been linked with, like a joke, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, man said in these 12 games we have the most points collected. Bro, I'm telling you, on form, and I've been saying it, on form we're the best team in the league. This is why when people are looking past Michael Carrick, I'm laughing right now, because it's like we're literally the best team in the league on form. No one was saying that we were the best team in the league, at the start of the season. Nobody was even saying it when Carrick came in, bro. People's thing was, can we get Champions League? We didn't know 5th place was Champions League at the time. We weren't sure. The talk was top four. You know what I mean? When Carrick came in, a lot of people were like, yeah, but what if Carrick doesn't get top 4? That's what their thing was. What if he doesn't get it? Do you think he can get it? Have we given up on top 4 by bringing in Carrick? You know what I mean? That's what these man were saying, bro. Like, what are we doing here? We've lost 2 fucking games. Only 2. and people are still moaning because we were losing every week when Ruben was here.
But we know why. We know why that is. You just mentioned it there about we was losing every week under Amorim, and it was trust the process. It was he don't have his players, but with Carrick, it's get results now. I keep saying this. Why is an interim manager? Why is more expected from an interim manager than the permanent gaffer? Why is that doesn't make sense? That makes no sense. That wouldn't happen anywhere else. Nowhere in any job on the planet would someone on probation period be expected to do more than a senior management figure. Nowhere. But we know where that stems from because then people was wrong. And now it's like, all right, so we're going to crash on Carrick then. Because if this was Amorim with a 67% win rate and had 26 points from 12 games and had only lost 2, you would never hear the end of it. Because when we won 2 games in a row, it was, we've turned a corner. Like, let's not forget that. After we beat Liverpool, I remember
we couldn't even win 2 games on the trot under the previous manager.
You know? And then when we finally did, it was like, oh, look, see, he's
that was a whole event, you know, winning 2 games in a row.
Like you don't have Team Wolves who are about to get relegated who did that. This is the crazy part. And they did it last year as well, where they went on a run of winning games. Like, what we do? So yeah, in Carrick, there's a lot of people being like, I'd say, like disingenuous and like insincere and not being totally fair when it comes to it. Criticize, yes, but what was your expectations of him beforehand? That's what I want to know. Like, if you expected this, that's a whole different conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. You know what I'm saying? And the name's linked, yeah, with the midfield, yeah. They're talking about someone to complement Tchouameni, yeah. Bro,
this first part, common sense, 100%.
Yeah, that's it. But then when they're talking about mobility, but that's why I think the Belabor thing's a shoe-in, blood, because he's mobile, he's left-footed. You know what I'm saying? It's everything, bro. I think
Belabor works.
I think it's definitely Belabor and one more, bro. Like they're saying Anderson, bro, but if Forest are looking at 100 million, yeah. Because there was rumors that, they're saying 60 for Man City. I don't believe that Forest would take 60 million. Knowing their owner and knowing the fact that Anderson's English, yeah, there's always a premium on English players. There's no way Anderson's going for 60. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, the only way that possibly happens if they get relegated.
Exactly. No, I just don't believe they stay up and they sell him for 60 mil. It doesn't make sense because isn't that how much they wanted for Morgan Gibbs-White, bro?
Yeah, when he did the bomber to, not the bomber, we got the Here We Go.
Yeah, for Tottenham or something like that. Yeah. And they sold Brennan Johnson for like, what, 45 mil or something like that?
Yeah, they did.
Or 50. So if they sold Brennan Johnson for 50 million, they're not selling Anderson for 60, bro. Impossible. Yeah. That doesn't make no sense to me.
Nah, it don't make no type of sense. But here the thing is with it, do you reckon it's potentially, because I was thinking about this yesterday because we was discussing United's midfield options, and because Belabor, like how he doesn't always play for Brighton, is there potential we use him in the same manner and go get 2 other midfielders? Because Belabor's not going to be the most expensive.
I think, but yeah, you bring him in, you don't necessarily have to start him every week.
That's what I'm saying.
He's young enough, you know what I mean, that you could bring him in and get one more, and he's first off the bench. You know them ones. Like that's how I'd run it, really. You know what I'm saying?
Because people are talking about like let's say a Fernandes from West Ham or a João Gomez being like the 3rd midfielder behind two better level midfielders. But maybe Belabor's that 3rd, and we go and get 2 others. Whether it's Anderson, whether it's Wharton, whether it's Tchouameni, whoever it is. My point. Because I was thinking about this because I'm like, my cousin was saying it to me about squad rotation with like Maino, and if we go and sign 2, and I'm like, maybe Belabor's that, because Belabor don't always start.
Yeah, I think we need 2 midfielders on the bench. So for instance, if they go Bruno, Kobe, and Tchouameni or whatever as the midfield, and then you got Belabor.
Remember that midfield again, fam? That is dream world, yo. That is crazy what you just said.
Bruno, Tchouameni, and Kobe, bro. And then you got fucking Kobe, on the bench. You've got Belabor and Fernandes. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be that, because we need a couple CMs on the bench, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Mason Mount is supposed to be the Bruno 10 position. He's not a CM. So
he's not a pivot player. He's not a pivot player.
And Ugarte's leaving, bro. So we don't have no pivot players apart from Ugarte. He's the only one, because Casemiro's leaving, and I think I know Ugarte is done. You know what I mean? So get him out of here, bro. I think we'll have 2 midfielders on the bench, and then you bring in one big name to start beside Kobe, and I believe that is probably they want Anderson, or now we're seeing Tchouameni's name, bro. And he's a good player, man. I can't lie. he ain't hit the heights that I thought he would hit at Real Madrid. But honestly, yeah, I just think that Real Madrid is the kind of place here that like none of the players really hit that height. You know them ones. Like people thought that people thought Camavinga was gonna do that. Like even to a certain degree, Rodrigo, they stunted him as well. I feel like at Real Madrid, there's only space for one or two players to shine in it, and everyone else kind of just it dulls their shine a little bit, bro. There's just too many chefs in the kitchen at Real Madrid all the time, innit? And it fucks up the team balance because they got too many names, too many egos, bro. Like they don't build their squads very well. So because of that, you never really see the best of more than one or two players at Real Madrid. You just see bare role players at Real Madrid, and certain level of players ain't meant to be role players. Like if you're Tchouameni, you're not meant to be playing centre back. You're Camavinga, you're not meant to be playing left back. You know,
it's one of them because they've got so many. Because there is again, and because there's so much talent. Because with Tchouameni,
embarrassment of riches, bro.
Which is great for Real Madrid, but it can be a detriment to certain players. So like with Tchouameni, quality player, he hasn't really kicked on the way you would expect him to at Real Madrid. Same with Camavinga, but it's a no-brainer. Players of that caliber. Only thing I'd say about Tchouameni is what is the price point? Because Camavinga is supposedly, I believe it when I see it, available at a cheaper price. They were talking 50 to 60 million in reports. How true that is, I don't know. So with Tchouameni, I'm in the same boat as I've been with all the other midfielders. It's what's the price point? Because I rate both of them.
They're saying around 70 mil, bro. And if he's available for 70 million, you take him, bro, because
it's a no-brainer.
You take him because that's how much they were saying that Tonali might go for.
Yeah, Tchouameni. Because I had people telling me, I wouldn't take Tchouameni or Camavinga. I'm like, why? Like, if either of those two are available,
athletic, do you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you not, bro? Part of the golden generation of France, blood. Why would you not take these players?
And when it comes to Tchouameni, I've said this, defensively, I think he's absolutely exceptional. Like, as a midfielder, like, let's just list, like, before we get to his on-the-ball stuff, defensive midfielder, pivot player. Defensively, he is very, he is exceptional to me. Off the ball and what he offers. And then it's not like on the ball he's a scrub. Technically, he's very good. He can play on the half turn, unlike other midfielders who were 100 million. We went for 100 million. But that's a whole different conversation. Short passing is good. Longer range passing is good. Combative. What are we talking about here? Can use both feet as well. Can fill in that centre back also, if needs be. I think he's comfortable. If he goes into a wide area with a 10 or a winger, he's good enough one-on-one. If he's central with a number 10 or wide player driving at him, he's good with that as well. So I look at it, like you said, athleticism, mobile, like quality player, and because of him aesthetically not being the best, his composure. I never see him like rushed or frustrated or rattled or anything like that. So yeah.
And like this man is saying Real Madrid wanted to sell as a red flag. Not at all, bro.
I don't think so.
Bro, it's one of them ones where one, we don't know that they want to sell. I mean, wanting to sell and being open to sell is not the same thing. They're not actively trying to force my man out of the club. Same way Casemiro, they didn't want to sell Casemiro. We got Casemiro, and Casemiro's been a good servant. He's been quality. So, and he showed his class. So people, when Casemiro came to Man United, people are saying, oh yeah, he's only come to Man United because he's washed. Nah, bro. You know what I mean? He still plays in their midfield now.
No.
That's the reality. So man's not washed. You know what I mean? Like players like Bellingham ain't starting ahead of Casemiro, but if Casemiro's still there, that's the reality of the game, bro. And they've missed Casemiro, bro. They haven't replaced Casemiro, and they haven't replaced Toni Kroos either, bro. And you can see it at Real Madrid. So I don't think it's any of those things. I think Casemiro's come to the Premier League, and for the most part, he's made the Premier League look pretty easy, bro.
He's been good.
Man scoring goals, like, you know what I mean? We don't know Casemiro as a goal scorer. And now at Man United, we expect this guy to score goals now. That's what he's done in this league.
How well he attacks the ball. And that's something, if we were to get a Tchouameni, because he's good aerially, I don't expect him to place Cass's numbers, but how good he is in the air, he should like be attacking the ball. Like he should be scoring more goals, like especially if you've got a set piece taker like Bruno who can deliver the ball in here an area. So like that's what it is with it. So to me, it's not a red flag if they're, let's say hypothetically, yes, they are trying to sell him. I can see a good player. Like what we're talking about here, they're actively trying to sell him or not. So if all of a sudden Forest were actively trying to sell Anderson, does that mean he's a bad player? Is that a red flag? Nah. Still a good player regardless. And by the way, it's not even close between those two. Sorry, like I rate Anderson, yes. He's nowhere near Tchouameni, people.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And that he's nowhere. It's not even a conversation.
It's
It's
not.
not a conversation about Chua. And I rate Anderson, but he's not close to Tchouameni. He's not close to Camavinga. What are we doing out here? Anderson to them. All right, man. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, like, bro, just the fact that name, that name is in the conversation, it shows you that Man United are serious. And I read somewhere that they were basically saying something along the lines of Vivell and Wilcox understand, how important fixing our midfield is when it comes to the trajectory of the club moving forward. Like, they understand it's critical, innit? So
they know.
We're only looking at proper players. They're not looking to experiment and bring in players that may not bang. They know that they have to get this right. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, that's a very, very that's a very, very positive place to be in, bro. Because these men ain't gonna fuck around and bring in some scrubs, bro. Do you know what I mean? They're not gonna try to do the Chelsea thing and go get these young players that might do it, bro. Like, these men are going to get man that are ready to kick ball now, which is very promising.
And if you go and get young players, go get the best young players. That's what don't make no sense in regards to the Chelsea side of things or anything. If you want to go in regards to the youth side of things, then you go get the very best. If you're doing under 23s, go get the best under 23s. But they know it's critical. Hence why we've not been linked with anyone. And I go, I don't like that. There's not one midfielder like a Anderson, a Wharton, a Tonali where I go, that don't make no sense. Any of those we end up with, I go, fairs. Do I have my preferences? Yes, I have my preferences. But there's not any combo of the midfielders we've been linked to that we sign. I go, I don't expect the manager to make it work. Figure it out. Because you got a talent there. Like, that's where I'm at with it. What's this? Oh, yeah, shit, I heard about this. I remember this.
Brother, for me, brother, you see the Pedro Porro situation, I believe that's all his agent, bro.
You're going to say agents doing it?
All his agent. You know them ones there, Tottenham on the brink of relegation. You know what I mean? And he's fishing, putting stuff out there, probably wants to see the reaction of the fans, the reaction of Man United. Man United ain't spoken to this guy. You know them ones. This is what these men are doing, bro. You know what I mean? They know that we need fullbacks, innit? So they're doing all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's just all it is. For me, it's hilarious, bro. So Pedro Porro, would I take him at Man United? Bro, if we were seriously trying to get him, like, I'm not gonna go mad and say, oh, fuck it, like, but I don't want him. Like, there's no reason for me to want Pedro Porro at Manchester United, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? No reason.
I'm before it again, like I always say, same thing. Price point first and foremost. What is the price they would be talking about? Two, I think he's a good player. And he gives us something going forward from that area. So if that was the case, we was to go and get him, I go, I see it as a fullback.
But he's a wing back more, bro. Like, I'd take Jed Spence before I took Pedro Porro at Man United.
I'm not mad at Jed Spence either, to be honest. Same way I'm not mad at what's his face from even though he's more, I think he plays more of a wing back, but he can play fullback. A Coyote at Brentford. We just need something from that area. That's where I'm at with it. Even though he's not the best defensively. That's why you have a Tchouameni. That's why you have an Anderson or whoever. Help him out over there. Because defensively, he's not the best, but we need something from that area. Now, granted, the right backs ain't really the best, like in the Premier League. Let me clarify that. But I'm just happy that there's even reports of a fullback, whether it's from his agent or whoever or whatever, wherever the report came from. Because we need something. Because our fullbacks are lacking. Like, because they give us, and I think it impacts. I've said this before on here. It impacts our attackers.
But it's the same with our midfield. It's the same with our midfield, my bro. Because like, even in the last game, like, man need to understand, it's like with the way that we play, because we never had the midfield, because we had Ugarte in there, and obviously Cass naturally, not the last game, the game before, because Cass naturally is not the guy that picks up the ball off the centre backs. It's always been Kroos or Modric. So because of that, we've got players that are not comfortable helping us build, and then you wonder why our overall gameplay is not as good as it should be or could be. Like, once we remedy the midfield, and we're able to get the ball to our attackers more frequently, that also helps us with our ball retention and helps us to be able to keep teams in their own half, bruv. Because our initial press is good, but then when we win the ball back, the issue is always keeping it with us. The issue's always keeping.
Because we don't have them players, and that ties into it. Hence why we need the midfield as well. And I think the midfield will help us out defensively and help us out from an attacking standpoint. But so would a Porro or someone from that area. Because if you have a fullback who's going forward, who is effective in the final third, that takes the attention away of the fullback on the opposition or the winger or whoever else, and creates a little bit more space for our wingers to then do whatever they need to do. You need as many, it's like simple as basketball. If you got 5 people who can shoot, that's much easier to guard than having 2-3 people who can shoot. It's as simple as that with regards to that. So Porro, even though he's more wingback-ish, that's fullbacks now. When you think of most modern day fullbacks, take out the elite of the elite, the vast majority of them are better going forward than they are defensively.
Yeah, exactly. And you're seeing a lot of midfielders play there now. You got Nunes and
O'Reilly.
And O'Reilly are both midfielders. Do you know what I mean? Like Lewis Skelly's a midfielder. Lewis Hall's a midfielder. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of these men are midfielders. So it is what it is. Trent and fucking Reece James are both midfielders.
Like these things. So like that's where I'm at with it. Like that's why you have a pivot for a defensive midfielder or defensive midfielders, pluralized, to go and do that as well. And I'm also thinking, and again, that's why you have a Maz, for example. Let's say we are going away to, let's say Champions League, we're going away to Real Madrid. You probably wouldn't play Porro. You're going away to Bayern Munich. You probably wouldn't play Porro. But if you're at home to Brentford, you playing Porro over a Maz. Like, this is what you need, a competition for places. Yes, I want him at fullback to be not defensively barbecue chicken, but I need something going forward. I'm tired of watching our fullbacks rants. Just give us nothing. Like, I can't remember the last time I said Shaw or Delo, hey, you know what? Going forward in this game today, they were very good. They helped us out. They contributed. Like, it's just so little. And this is great news as well. Shout out.
Yeah, facts. And even like in the last game, man, I have to say, especially like Dalot played well against Chelsea. You know, the ones there. Obviously, when you're coming up against Garnacho, it does help. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But he was pretty steady. Do you know what I mean? And it's just one of them ones where these man, like they can come in and do a job, and they're not an issue coming and doing a job. But relying on these man to play well every week is tense, bro. Like Luke Shaw, Dalot, you know what I mean? Relying on these man to play well every week is peak, fam. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Shout out to my bro Sheik, who said it, man. We can't go. I don't want to be going Allianz or the Bernabeu or the Parc des Princes with Dalot and Shaw. And he's right. Like, and that's where I'm at. Hence why I keep
been too long as well. It's been too long that we shouldn't even be in that predicament, bro. Like, not both of them, one or the other, because there's been an injury. But when we've got both of them in there, it's tense, bro. Like, Luke Shaw's actually our first choice left back.
Yes. And Delot's currently our first choice right back. That's alarm bells ringing. And what's crazy is, all right, if you're not good going forward, at least be a lockdown, shut down defender. Wan-Bissaka like one-on-one.
Yeah, and then that's not a lockdown. And he's not getting forward and doing, you know what I mean? He's not doing the other bit. He's just bruv, like master of nothing, innit? Like,
like you're just decent. Like, you can keep the ball. Yeah, you can make a tackle. Yeah, you can overlap. But you don't really like something. So I can say, hey, you know what, Porro, defensively, you're Swiss cheese. Yes, I know you're gonna get cooked,
but you're making up for it the other end.
But you at least give me something going forward to help out Mbeumo, to help out Ahmad, for example, whoever's out on that right-hand side. You've crossed in the ball and got us to equalize. Trent, for all his deficiencies going defensively, there's a reason Henderson, Klopp was like, hey, Henderson, help him out. Because you're going to help us win games. The reason Real Madrid signed him, like, people can talk all they want. Should Trent be better defensively? Yes. Do I think it's over-exaggerated? Yes. Am I a part of that over-exaggeration? Also, yes. I constantly spoke about him getting dunked on the back post, even when he wasn't playing. But he's exceptional going forward. So I will forgive that in my team. Because you could win us a game type of thing. Yeah. Mendes is just, he's a unicorn, people.
He's a
Mendes
demon, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
he's defensively and offensively ridiculous. Like,
him and Hakimi
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're a joke. The way they ended up with both of them, it's crazy. Like, they literally got two of the best players in the world in their positions. Like,
I think they got the two best fullbacks, to be honest.
Yeah, like,
they got the two best. So they're unicorn, but I always use them as the example to showcase what having two fullbacks who are good going forward can do to a team. Because they're so good going forward, they offer so much. So that helps out their front three. which is exceptional. That helps out their midfield. So even if we get half of that, you get someone who just offers certain, just 2 fullbacks who are good at crossing the ball. That helps out Sesko so much. Yeah, 2 fullbacks, just Sesko alone. Never mind Bruno. Never mind the 2 wide players who were playing in front as well. And
no, 100%.
Maz is useful. I'm with him on this. Like, I'm a big fan of Maz, but I think there's games and moments for him.
Yeah,
like
I
Chelsea
agree.
away.
I agree. Like, you see Mazraoui, it's one of them ones where Mazraoui is not a marauding fullback. Do you know what I mean? He's technically very good and he's very good at retaining possession and inverts. But you need different profiles. You need fullbacks that can get down, can get forward and be dangerous going forward. Either going down the outside and putting crosses in, or linking up with the attack and being genuine attacking threats. Do you know what I'm saying? If that's the kind of football that we want to play.
Yeah, agree. And that's where I'm at with it. That's where so that's why I'm not saying get rid of Maz, but it's like there's games for Maz. Like there's certain games you're gonna have where it's like, hey, Maz is playing, and you go, you know what? It makes sense. Like the Chelsea away game. Injuries galore. Hey, Maz, go play centre back next to Aiden Heaven. I bet they never thought that would happen, those two. I bet Heaven and Maz never thought they would be a centre-back pairing away at Stamford Bridge, ever. But it happened, and they both delivered, and we ended up getting a clean sheet. Granted, they hit the bar a couple times, but it happens. You're gonna have slices of luck go your way.
Listen, away from home,
you're gonna have that.
Against the big 6 clubs. Yeah, you're gonna have to ride your luck at some point, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's normal, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, and not even away from home, just in general. Because even when you look at the City Arsenal game, yeah, as much as City peppered them man up, yeah, Arsenal had their chances. There's always going to be moments, bro. Do you know what I mean? In a game, even when you play shit teams, they have moments. The difference is their players aren't as good, so they don't capitalize on those moments as frequently. Because even if you're playing a relegation team, at some point in the game, they're going to get a breakaway. They're going to get a chance. They're going to get a moment, bro. Like, you never really watch a football game, yeah, and the other team has no moments, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Even if it's one, and you go, oh, you should have done better there.
Yeah, your keeper makes a save, or there's a counter attack and the final ball's not good enough, or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? But there's always moments where man catch you lacking because it's a 90-minute game of football, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So because of that, you just have to be balanced. Do you know what I'm saying?
And that's it. And that's where I'm at with it in regards to it. Like, you have to be, and it's about limiting those moments. And that's where we're at. And it's about having different players. Because I'm thinking Champions League, I'm thinking not worst case scenario, but I'm thinking toughest possible opposition. So we're in around the 32 tie away at with Bayern Munich or with Real Madrid, for example. Like, okay, who do I want lining up? Who don't I want lining up? So midfield, we know needs to be patterned, but that's why I've said midfield and fullbacks. Hence why the Porro thing, even if it's not Porro, bring me one, because there was already talks of a left back as well. And Maz is, and this ain't me. I've said this, Maz is, I think he's our most consistent player. He's the player I worry about the least in regards to performance.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know what I'm going to get. Yes, he was awful against Leeds. That's his one bad. I can count on one hand the amount of bad games he's had in the entire time he's been here. And he's played all different roles. Right-sided centre-back, left-sided centre-back, right wing-back, left wing-back, and now as a centre-back in a back four, finding all of them. So yeah, it's needed. Trust.
Yeah, man saying if I could get fullbacks, I'll get Hall and Porro. Listen, Hall I rate highly. I think he's the best in the league. But Porro, wing back, cool. Right back, nah, bro. I can't lie. Right back, he don't look good for Spurs. Like, bro, he can cross a ball. That's one thing I'll give him. Do you know what I mean? But everything else is lacking, bro, for me. And it's like, brother, man ain't about to try and go line up in the Champions League with Pedro Porro.
And that's where it is lies. That's where you need a Maz, for example. That's where you're looking at your midfield, like, and because then if you're playing at home and you're chasing the game, you would want, whether it's Porro or Porro, like people have mentioned.
Yeah, then you bring on Porro off the bench to try and be a bit more attacking, you know what I mean? And just say, you know what, Hail Mary time, innit? But brother, nah. Like, nah,
I get it.
Pedro Porro, week in, week out, starting at Man United, ain't it? Especially coming from a Spurs team that he's helping to get relegated. No, thank you.
Nah, I hear it. I hear the concerns. I'm just happy about us being about a link to a right back. How far-fetched it might be, because we need, again, I think it's an area we need to improve upon. I think it needs to be, I think it's outside of midfield, I think it's the most important. Probably unpopular opinion. Yeah, unpopular opinion. But outside of central midfielders, bring me fullbacks. I said one would have been cool, ideally two. But if you can bring me, please. Because you need to. Dalot been here. Mourinho signed him. Van Gaal signed Shaw. It's over.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's a wrap, man. You hear the names I just said, Mourinho and Van Gaal, it's a wrap. Like, so go and get someone, and again, someone who gives us something, who can cross, link up, 1-2s, just overlap. Someone who could just go byline to byline and put in a low cross across the box or something like. And fullbacks, we know we've spoken about are technical, and they're the two players in the team that actually get space to do things. It's not really congested, in particular in the Premier League as well, where everything is close and teams sit back and people talk about low blocks. Your fullbacks actually get space because your wingers now tend to drift inside, like because they're playing on the wrong side. So they're cutting in. The overlap is where the space is, and you see it all the time. Yes, PSG are the anomaly. Yes, they play exceptional football and have two.
Yeah, they're on some joke thing. Sometimes, bro, their fullbacks are further forward than their attackers. Do you know what I mean? But
I see the part where Mendes and Hakimi were both on the right wing.
Yeah, but bro, it's mental, bro. That man do some madness, but you can get away with it.
Yeah, but you're talented, so that's what I'm saying. So bring me something. Same with the left back as well. Again, it's not ideal from within the Premier League because I don't really think there's many standouts, but hopefully they go and address it. And the same with the midfield as well.
Yeah, but it's just good that they are putting out signs to let us know that they know that those are problem areas. Even the fullback thing, like they know that the fullback thing's problem areas because we got literally just the right profiles completely changes the way we're playing, bro.
And people, and it's like people overlook that, Rants, which is crazy because I talk about all the time when people talk individuals. And yes, having individual talent helps. But if you get two individuals who are good for the team, guess what you do? You become a better team. And if you become a better team, it increases your chance of getting better results, which then increases your chances of getting trophies. That's why I'm not stuck on individual names. Yes, of course. If you can bring me Hakimi, bring me him today. You know what I'm saying? If you can get me Brandes, bring me him yesterday. But that's not realistic. So go and get me someone who helps out in Bremo and Cunha. If they go there, someone who's good for that's why I keep saying get overlapping fullbacks, which then creates space for them. And I think we see a much better Cunha with a left back who offers something going forward and can overlap because it creates
100%, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because then he's able. We'll give him that half a second to cut inside and get more shots
off and link up, and because we've seen him score the goal against, I think it was it Fulham or Spurs, where he went over to the right hand side and he wrapped it. Like you see him do more of that, and I think you get a better him. There's one thing under Amarim we seen was because Bremo was playing right 10 and Ahmad was playing right wing back, the link up between those two, and those two helped each other out. So I think with two fullbacks you see that, which then increases more space for a Bruno and a Sesko and whoever else is playing midfield.
No, facts. How much United spending this summer, bro? It depends, innit? Bro, it's gonna be net, innit? We've got players going out. I believe Rashford will leave probably on loan again, bro. No one's signing this guy, bro. Barcelona don't want him. Man are trying to link him with Bayern Munich, bro. Bayern are not gonna fucking pay Rashford's wages, and pay money for Rashford. There's no way.
We have to pay the wages. We got to pay him off.
Yeah, when they've got Diaz, bro. So I see Rashford doing exactly what Jadon does and just gonna run down his contract, bro. Because no one's paying money for Rashford, not with the wages he's on. You see what I'm saying? So Rashford's wages have done us, bro.
Nah, they have done us,
bro.
Maybe a long Villa are going to be in the Champions League, goes back to Villa. I can see that happening. And we pay his wages, or however much we paid of his wages when he was there, because it's not an ideal situation, but I love Barcelona to have kept him. Hopefully they change their mind. But yeah, with the money, with players, obviously Højlund, he'll leave as well. Rashford's wages off the books, Sancho's wages off the books as well. Then you got the two goalkeepers you might sell, and that's a combined 10, 15 million, whatever the case may be. So anything from 250 million upwards, to be honest. I think there's probably 250 million to spend just regardless. And then you added in sales as well. And like I said, the clearing up.
I think so, especially also with Champions League. I think that they're gonna drop the bag because they're gonna want to give a good account of themselves.
Yeah, because we want to, and we've got opportunity not to win the competition. But I keep saying this: when I say go far, get into the knockout stages. Like, let's just get back to that. I need the club to get back to being regulars in the knockout stages. That doesn't mean you win it every year. That doesn't mean you get to the final every year, because we're still short of the best teams in Europe. However, I've seen Sporting get to a quarterfinal. Can we put together a team that's better than Sporting? Yes. So therefore, if you get a favorable draw, get me to a quarterfinal. Now, Grant, could we beat Arsenal over 2 legs? Yeah, we could beat Arsenal over 2 legs. Then you run into the likes of Atletico Madrid. I'm using the route that Sporting went. Could we
No,
beat
you're
Bodo
right.
Glimt and Arsenal over 2 legs? And then you're in a semi-final, and then you're 3 games away. Of course, it's not as simple as that, because if you run into PSG, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, long. You know what I'm saying? If you run into that, if you're on that side, it's long. But if you're on the other side of it, then it is. So the point is I'm making is give yourself the best possible opportunity to take advantage. But I say this all the time when it comes to the Champions League in particular. If you're on the right side of the draw, you can get to a quarterfinal, a semi-final. You can, 100%.
Facts. And man said Carrick's increasingly likely to be appointed. His impact has pushed the club to the brink of Champions League. But it just makes it makes sense. Do you know what I mean? And like I keep saying, it's not just Carrick, bro. It's the fact that his backroom staff as well, like he's got the experience there. He's got what Ollie never had. You know what I'm saying?
The quality backroom stuff.
Yeah, the quality backroom stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where even if Carrick's there, yeah, for 18 months, 2 years, he can win trophies with us anyway. But if he's there for 18 months, 2 years, and say next season, man challenges but kind of falls short, maybe wins a trophy or something, wins a FA Cup or something like that, it's cool. And then in the second season, man can see that we're almost there, but he can't get us all the way over the line. They can bring someone else in, bro. Bro, it's one of them ones where I think, I genuinely believe, especially with now they're saying Slot might stay. We don't know who's going to be the Chelsea manager.
You're probably Gary O'Neill.
Like I believe that with him in charge, if you recruit properly, we can have a good go next season, bro. Because I think that the recruitment's way more important than the management side. Because I think for the most part, when you look at the management side, he set us up well. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And he's done the basics when it comes to management, bro. And if you're doing the basics with really good players, yeah. Like, what more could you want, bro? That wins you most games, bro.
It does. And this is why I said about with the midfield options, whoever it is, as long as we bring in talent in that area, like make it work. And that's not only on the manager, that's also on the players as well. I'm expecting more from hey, you lot are talented individuals. Work this out. Like, this is also what you're on. It's not solely on the manager. So yeah, like you said there, give it, depending on recruitment, depending on what other teams do as well, you do give it a go. Obviously, domestics is always on. We should always be looking at FA Cup and League Cup. Always the aim at those two. Champions League is one of those, like, get back into it, aim, finish top 8, and then you go from there. And we got 8 games in there as well. So you see, and also you gauge where your level's at, because the vast, 99% of this squad haven't played Champions League football. So we don't know their levels like that. Outside of Delit, Maz, I think that's it. I was saying, like, you have, and obviously, Bruno when he was here, but I'm talking the vast majority haven't played in the Champions League, so we don't know their levels. And Champions League Champions League group stage is one thing. Champions League knockout football is a whole different thing. It's a whole different. For those that watch NBA, regular season to playoffs, they say it's the same sport, but it's two. You know, you watch basketball, right?
Yeah, completely different.
Two different, completely different. Regular season to playoffs is different, and that's what it is. Champions League. Knockout, the league phase, the first phase to knockout is a whole different thing, because now teams are setting up to stop you. Now, because there's 2 games to play, it's not a one-off. It's like, all right, so how are we gonna stop their best player? How are they gonna stop our best player?
More of a chess game.
It's more of a chess. Yeah, it's from more of a tactical standpoint, and then you see it once, and then depending on that result, then impacts how you set up the next game. You go win 2-0 away is
100%. That's what it is, bro. You know,
and Carrick's also in that bracket. Like, we need to see how he does. Maybe he does worse than expected. Maybe he does better than expected. It's like, right, Carrick's done well in the champs. The way he approaches games suits the competition, or it doesn't suit, or certain players suit the competition better than others, type of thing. So, yeah, that's what it is.
Facts. And with this, with Ineos, to be honest, they average, they sack managers quite frequently. I don't think they're gonna be doing this Arteta thing. Like, remember, they said they want by 2028 they wanted a title, and I believe that we're on course for that. If we have a really good summer this summer, and we do what we're supposed to do with Champions League football, that 2028 title, like that could be on. Seriously, I think give us 2 years, bro. I believe we can win the title in 2 years based on if we recruit correctly, bro. Because I look at everyone else around us. I don't think Liverpool are going to be title contenders. I don't think Chelsea are going to be title contenders. Do you know what I'm saying? And Tottenham might not even be in the Premier League. So when you look at all of them, it's only really Arsenal and City. And Arsenal are due a fall off, blood, because you can't finish second 4 years in a row, blood, and think, oh, you're just gonna finally finish second again, or win it, bro. Nah, bro, like they're running out of steam, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They're actually running out of steam, and the football's getting progressively worse as well. So
yeah,
it's only really Manchester City that you're looking at, and I believe that. Obviously, with City, it depends on how they recruit in the summer. They might power up, bring in better players after winning the league, for instance.
So it is.
And keep Pep Guardiola. And then if they keep Pep and they bring in good players, then they're bloody favourites for the league. And obviously, they're going to be flying.
No, I get that. And I've said this, that I think we're 2 summers away from having a team that is genuinely ready to compete for the Premier League. But obviously, that's getting both summers right. And that's also getting the managers right. And you mentioned it there about the other teams as well, because even though people do too much in regards to, this team's 5-6 years away from winning a title. You have 2 good summers and a good manager, and that switches quick. We've seen it. We were 15th last year. We're now 3rd. Nobody expected this turnaround. Even the most red rose tinted glasses Manchester United fan through and through didn't think that we would be 3rd at this point. And like, so you have to take that into consideration, that you are a summer away or 2 summers away from drastically improving, and also what the opposition do as well. People have to take that into consideration. What do your rivals do? Because if you get a manager right and the recruitment right in the summer, you can rise up the table. We didn't even do anything recruiting. We just got Carrick. We didn't even recruit. There was nobody new. Carrick just joined, and all of a sudden,
this is why he should be getting way more credit than he's getting, bro. Yeah. Because while people are sitting here overlooking him, please understand, this brother had no transfers,
0.
So and he just cut through in the middle of the season, no preseason, because these are all the same bullshit excuses they were using for scammering, blood. Do you know what I mean? No preseason, not his own players. He got a preseason, got players. And then when he got sacked, people were saying, but actually they weren't his players. And then you got scrubbed like Ryan Giggs coming out with that quote today that I saw saying about the team that Amorim left behind. Like Amorim had a fucking choice, blood. You know them ones there. Like even there was a quote saying that Jim wanted to get rid of Garnacho and that. Do you know what I'm saying? That. So it's one of them things where like these man trying to give fucking Ruben Amorim credit, for building this Man United squad. He was the same brother that tried to sell Kobe Mainu and Casemiro.
He did. He wanted them gone. And Xerxes. He wanted
these that's what I'm saying. He wanted to sell them. So this is what I mean about these morons, picking and choosing when they want to try and praise Ruben Amorim. They'll talk about the stuff that that he supposedly did, but won't talk about the actual things that he definitely did.
Yeah. And for someone who like wanted to get rid of Garnacho, you played him an awful lot. That's what don't make no sense to me. So you don't like this player, you don't rate this player, but you play him 30 games in a row or 25 starts in a row. Like he was consistently playing. All right, man. See, this is it. This is it, real Zlatan. This is why when people do these massive statements, you're miles off it, you're finished. No. Not when you can spend the money, because people say, you continue to spend the money wrong. But if you get it right, it's a whole different conversation. And we're all in that. As bad as certain teams are, as bad as Arsenal are right now, it won't happen. But if Arsenal go, let's say they get rid of Arteta and they have a good summer, that can change their fortunes. Absolutely. Actually go bring in some quality players and go get rid of Arteta and get in a cup. Same with City, we mentioned it. If Pep and they get it right, they're there. As bad as Chelsea are, if they actually get rid of Racine, you get a quality manager, get a competent manager, or even say quality, just a competent manager, and again recruit correctly, you can shoot up the table. But then it can go the other way on the flip side when you get it wrong. So I don't think anyone to say.
But then they also need to recruit well as well, which Chelsea haven't been doing. So
they have been doing.
But the thing is, like the Premier League is so competitive that the gaps are way smaller than what people anticipate, bro. They're way smaller, bro. The difference between having a good season and a horrible season could just be a couple players you didn't get, or a couple players you did get that didn't perform. That's
literally. It's literally that, and we seeing it. So it's kind of like we see like Emery at Villa when he took over. That was a championship side under Gerrard. That was and you seen him raise up the table, and a lot of those players that was there under Gerrard are still there now, and they probably go.
Even look at Newcastle, bro. Like Eddie Howe came in, flew up the table, and then since then they just been doing that. Depending on who they sign, who they lose, bruv, up and down. Do you know what I'm saying?
Window. They had a bad window with this last window, and all of a sudden it's how out. If someone would have said that after the League Cup win, we didn't say it for the. So we like you look at it like that, things can change. Like having someone the quality of Isak and then not being able to get that back again. Like that's where it is. So yeah, things here is one swoop. All it takes is one swoop. All it takes is a couple players to raise up levels. And that team can as well. Yeah, individual brilliance can. And then same way a good manager can. So I like where we're at. We just need to go and recruit well in the summer and go from there. But I like the players we are being linked with, in particular the midfield.
Yeah, we're getting linked with some proper players, which is the most important thing. That's why I have means for being optimistic. Like even like you lot, bro, we got Lomans. The fucking this brother wanted
I mean
my man from Villa. He wanted what's his name?
Martinez.
Yeah, he wanted Martinez. He wanted Ollie Watkins. We are getting linked with Conor Gallagher. Remember the players that we was getting linked with? The brother wanted to drop Kobe Mainu, for Conor Gallagher, bro.
Conor Gallagher is wild.
And Ryan Giggs want to give this brother fucking credit for building this squad. This squad building had nothing to do with this guy. Do you know what I mean? This squad building was everything to do with Vivell and Wilcox. It had nothing to do with that scrub, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's why he was out here saying, oh yeah, I'm manager, I'm not head coach and that. Because, bro, he didn't have no say in them players coming in.
Because people forget he got sacked 5th of January. It was probably a couple of weeks ago away from Mano leaving. Yeah, let's not overlook that. We was probably a couple weeks away. Give it to the 19th, 20th, 21st of Jan later on in that month. I think he would have been gone. Whether it was permanent or alone, I'm unsure. But yeah, he would have been gone. So I don't give him no credit. And why are we giving you credit for building a squad that you couldn't get results from? Yep. Make that make sense. You couldn't get results nor performances from the squad that he's drastically improved. So that's a problem in itself. But Carrick has joined and come and done it. And we know there's holes in the team. We know there's issues with the team and lack of quality in the team. All right, man. People just say anything, man. Yo, Amrin is lost. He wasn't good. It's okay, man. Just take the L and move. Same way if I say, yo, back Carrick, he's going to be this, that, and the third, and then he turns out not to be good, I say, hey, you know what? Carrick's not it. And we move and keep it stepping.
So I mean, so nah, man. I think all the noises coming out of the club they're positive, bro. Like, and it's good to be in a situation like this where, like I said, all the ops around us are in uncertain times and whatever. And one thing Michael Carrick has brought to the club is stability, bro. Yeah, that's what he's brought. He's brought a continuity of stability, bro. Like that man said in my match reactions, it's like it's been so toxic at Man United. Man, then we just wanted a functional relationship, and now we got one. Certain men are craving the toxicity again, bro. You know, like they want a bit of excitement, a bit of drama. I don't want no excitement, bro. Like I just want to go into games knowing I'm gonna win every week, and that's how I feel right now.
Yeah, you want to go in feeling confident going into games, and you mentioned it earlier about us scoring goals. That's why I'm confident going into games, because I think we can score. At any given moment, we have the attacking talent who now has the platform. So not only do they have the platform to go and score, they also have individual brilliance added into that. That's what won us the game against Chelsea. We had one shot on target. But in Bremo and Cunha, there's a reason you bring in quality attackers for big money. It's to win you games in moments. And then Bremo and Cunha was involved with it alongside Bruno, and that's won us the game. Everton was the exact same. It wasn't the best, but we were resilient. And Sesko, Cunha, and then Bremo linked up for that goal. So that's where I'm at with it.
Facts. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. No, we're in a good position. And yeah, I can't complain, man. So we just need to see. I'm not watching the Chelsea game, guys. You get me? There's no point, fam. I like the score absolutely means nothing to us.
It's just interesting to see where Chelsea end up.
It's not interesting, bro, because if Chelsea win, good for them. If they lose, good for them. Like it is what it is, bro. We just need to win our games.
End up out of Europe, you know. That's the crazy part.
We just need to win our games, fam. And I'm happy that we're winning our games. We are where we are. So, man, don't worry about Chelsea. Man's going to go eat my food, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Man's just chilling, bro. It's a nothing game.
But if Brighton beat him, they go above him, yo. Mad. That's crazy.
They're cooked.
Yeah, it's a big up Lethal. That is mad. Like, they could legit finish not only Europa League or Conference League, they could be out of Europe altogether if they carry on. Mad. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Chelsea lot, man. World champion.
It's that people. So yeah, bruv, man's just chilling. You know what I mean? But I'm happy with where the club are at the moment. I can't even lie, man. We're in a good situation. Long may it continue. let's just mathematically secure this
Is it 2 wins?
Champions League football. They're saying it's 2 wins, but brother,
2
I'll be honest, with the fact that Liverpool got to play Chelsea, the teams around us still got to play each other. So, you know what I mean? Man City still play Villa and stuff. I don't even think it's 2 wins, bro. I'll be honest. I think one more would do it. But either way, like, brother, we're getting that win in it. Like, you just got to look at man's record, bro. Like 8 wins out of 12 games, blood. Only 2 losses. Like, we're getting the points, innit?
Oh yeah. We finished in
Right.
Champions League spots. It was just out
is
of
what-
interest. That's all.
As good as done, fam. So
Yeah. I ain't worried about
I'm
that.
not really not fussed, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This is
man.
exactly where we want to be right now. So yeah, bro, man's just enjoying it, bro. You know what I mean? And it'll be a good end to the season as well, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the amount of banter that man's gonna get off the back of the Pagans bottling as well, bro, is gonna be something special, fam.
Oh, Jesus, man. I was gonna hold him up. He's not good, is he? I spoke to him.
Yeah, bro, he's dejected, isn't it? You know the ones there. He's dejected, but he's doing better than Troops, fam. You know the ones. I'm hearing Troops ain't taking it well still.
No, he's not, man. Because Troops, man, Troops drank the Kool-Aid, and he told me Gunner did as well. He drank the Kool-Aid. I couldn't believe it when I heard that Gunner also was like, "Yeah, we gonna win the Carabao Cup. We gonna win the league." I was like, "Nah." Shout out to Northside, but I think he's the only one. I think him and Potts are the only two who, you know what I'm saying, didn't drink the Kool-Aid.
Potts was fucking crying on his match reaction, bro.
I would cry too. I see my team finish 4th.
These men in fucking dire straits, Reed boy. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Imagine United finish 4th, 2nd, 4 years in a row. I'd be crying on every stream too. Legit tears.
That's what I mean, bro.
I'd be devastated, yo. I would be absolute. But shout out Arsenal, man, because they brought a whole new wave to like finishing 2nd. Like that's what that is, man. They brought a whole new waves. Yeah, man, don't drink the Kool-Aid. So Northside was right. Like when I heard Gunner turn, because yeah, obviously Troops has been speaking. Call me champion. This is what he was saying. Call me champion. You can only run your jokes for so long about this, us not winning a trophy. Man was super confident. Domestic treble. All right, man. Forgot who the man, but don't rate the gaffer. That's the craziest part to me. Don't rate the manager.
This is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like if you know that your manager's a bozo, why are you trying to cash checks before the money has hit the cash balance? Like the balance ain't landed yet. Man's trying to cash the check. That's what the man were doing, bro, with Arteta's, bro. Nice, nasty,
it was
bro.
Super duper Mick, and we all knew you was losing that game. That's the craziest part. And it's ironic that it was Kai Havertz who missed the chances and Gyökeres is on the bench.
But the wickedest thing is, yeah, when you look at the games that they have when they knew the games to come, yeah, they're still gonna drop points there as well, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are not easy games that they have to play, bro, at all, bro. Do you know what I mean? Newcastle's always a tough game anyway because they're bipolar. Do you know what I mean? West Ham away. West Ham have been giving everyone a game at their gaff.
Yeah.
Do you know
London
what I'm saying?
Derby as well. So that's,
do you know what I mean? And now they got Fulham coming to the Emirates, yeah. And the funny thing is, it's like the Emirates ain't even a fortress like that because after we beat them there and then they've lost to Bournemouth, that's going to be a very nervy game for them as well.
Because it's not just, and added on top of all that, Rants, it's not only the teams they're facing like Newcastle, West Ham, Fulham, etc. Them versus pressure. We know that.
It's not just the team that they're playing in front of him, it's the weight of the fan base.
Yes, it's the pressure. It's not just Arsenal versus Fulham, it's Arsenal versus Fulham and pressure. We know that's the difference maker. Hence why, because Bournemouth, it's not like it was a smash and grab by Bournemouth. Bournemouth packed them up.
Like they moved to
them. If you can, no Arsenal fan could have any complaint. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, I thought it'd be a draw, but I thought Arsenal would have like more of a say in the game. Bournemouth were dominant. Scott Christie bopping the world around at the Emirates. I was like, what is this? Yeah, man, nervy ground, man. And don't let them go. You mentioned it with Newcastle. One thing they do have is players in the final thirds, the likes of Harvey Barnes, for example. They have players to go forward. You got Tonali out there. You got Bruno G, etc. So, yeah, man. And don't let them go down to Newcastle. I think they drop points in the game anyway.
Like,
I think they drop points. So,
like, we'll be there, people.
Shout out Arsenal, man.
That's it.
And
yeah, Ibrahim, bro, I told you, man, bro, like the merch store opens at the end of the week again. I told man, end of April, bro. I knew the Arsenal Express is never late because you know the ones there. So I told them end of April it's reopening anyway. It'll be open for a week. It'll be open to the end of April, bro. And we just knew, bro.
Yeah. We did again. We all seen this. Why we never could. Oh, why don't you think Arsenal can win the league? Because of Arsenal. That's why. The reason why is because of Arsenal is why I don't think you lot can win the league. Oh, City ain't that good. You lot ain't that good either. We still fuck City, but yeah, you lot ain't that good either. Like, what are we talking about here? But shout out Arsenal, because that day when they don't win the league, I've been saying this is going to be like a record day in this space in regards to numbers and views through the roof. Whatever is totaled, like everybody going live, I think it goes through the roof. I think you are going to see some of the best content we've ever seen in the It's going to be a Hall of Fame 48 hours, is what I would say. It's going to be Hall of Fame.
Yeah, man. Trust me, big up everyone inside. Man said, Declan Rice saying it's not done. He said it's not done. I love that. That's why Arsenal's there. It shows what Declan Rice means. That's the Arsenal mentality. That guy's a troll anyway. Man. You know what such a troll anyway. Pep always compliments someone before he puts the dagger in them. You know what I'm saying? That this is what he does, bro.
He does this all the time. Yeah.
This is just what he does.
Tell you I like you. It hurts me more than it hurts. It hurts me more than it hurts you before he shoots you. You know what I'm saying? He's on them type of times.
Bro, do you know what I mean? That one tear, bro, while he's pointing that gun to your head. You know them ones there, like, bro, it's peak. It's that. It's that, fam. Do you know what I mean? So now we're gonna see, bro. Do you know what I mean? Turkish ain't getting no refund, but I'm telling you. Turkish copped the merch, yeah, on a banter thing to try laugh at me. Yeah, he didn't realize it was judged, fam. You know them ones there. This is the reality. You know, I see his yard, blood, just looking at him. You know, broski. Man said he's gonna wait to the parade and them things.
Yeah, that's what we're talking parades.
Then man said, yeah, we're wearing. I told man merch to the parade. Even Nines was in my chat saying, yeah, but man's gonna be wearing it to the parade and that. Yeah, bro. Listen, I can't lie, bro. Hey. It's looking crazy for these man now.
Yeah, it's looking peak.
It's looking real crazy, bro. Do you know what I mean? And if it's just a straight shootout with Manchester City, you already know, Arsenal can't outscore them. So even if they both win all their games, City are going to outscore them anyway. So the goal difference thing's getting fried. I won't even be surprised if City go and win by 3 or 4 tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to pack up Burnley. They're on a mission. They're going to pack up Burnley. They're going to pack up 100%. 100%.
But we'll be there, people. You know what I'm saying? Like, to see the rest of the season play out, man. Make sure you smash the like button, 500 likes target, man. Make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV as well. The link is in the title. Let them know what you got coming up for the rest of the day as well.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you for having me on Rants. Yeah, people, Sarcasm City TV on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Sports Q&A later on tonight. So we'll be discussing Tchouameni to United, the slot situation, of course, City and Arsenal as well. And then NBA, obviously, the playoffs have started. So I'm doing watch-alongs on the main channel, Sarcasm City TV, also Sarcasm City TV Extra. So I'm not sure about Spurs Trailblazers tonight, but definitely doing the Lakers-Rockets game. So keep a lookout on the upcoming live stream schedule, people. So yeah, doing so many watch-alongs in regards to the playoff games, people. So like I said, keep a lookout.
That's it. So yeah, man, you man already know what to do, man. Obviously, you always support the man them anyway, people. So
they do. Big up to you,
man. Much appreciation. Big up everyone inside. You lot, make sure you guys are in the Discord as well. Let me see. Is the link? I think the link is pinned. Well, okay, maybe it's not. But yeah, you lot, make sure you're in the Discord so you get all the notifications for when I'm live. Hold on 1 second. Let's look at this before we go. Blood, what's man saying? Someone says Turkish planning parades and now. Hold on, what's this? What is this, brother?
Maybe you get an open flight, 23rd, you come in. If the parade lands on the 25th because we're not in the Champions League final, then you can fly back 26th, 27th, 28th. But then if you fly in on the 23rd and then it's not on the 25th because we're in the Champions League final, then it's going to be on the 1st of June, then it's a bit more. So all I know is there's going to be a parade. It's going to be on the 25th or it's going to be on the 1st of June. The likelihood is 25th, but we will find out more.
Brother.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's peak still.
Oh, they love us planning parades, man.
Brother, this is what I'm saying. My man fully turned into Thomas Cook, blood. You know them way there, fam. Man like Turkish, yeah? Brother.
That is a throwback, man, said Thomas Cook.
Yeah, bruv, man, like Sky Scanner and that. You know them way there. Like, bro, this is what happens when you get above your station, mate. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's crazy.
That's a Thomas Cook.
It's fucking funny, bro. You know what I mean? This is what happens, bruv. This is what happens, bro. So, yeah, man, you're all cooked, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So, nah, man, the game is the game, people. But, yeah, nah, man, enjoyment, blood. You know what I mean? The time will be had. You know what I mean? Let's just see how these final 5 games play out, man. But make sure you run up the likes. Make sure you jump into the Discord.
Yes.
And yeah, man, I'll see you guys over on